Okay, so I got this comment and I completely disagree. Let's talk about it. Typically, people who feel like that have never been that close to the edge before, or they have, and since they got through it, they think that everybody should be able to get through it. And the thing is, no two people's circumstances are ever exactly the same. I guess I don't understand what is good about suffering in silence because I don't see it. I don't understand that. If endurance equals strength, then why do we respect cancer patients for stopping chemo when they just feel like they've had enough? If you've never been in a position where you feel like you have nothing left to lose and you're ready to just check out, then congratulations. But you should also realize that that is privilege. And a lot of these people aren't weak, but they were way too strong for way longer than most people could have been, and they just finally couldn't take it anymore. Sometimes these people don't want to reach out and ask for help because they feel like they've already been a burden to the people around them and they don't want to make that worse. So most of the time, these people just choose to suffer in silence rather than to make somebody else's life harder. Sometimes these people felt like the only person they could rely on was themselves. They would hold it together while everybody was falling apart around them. They would have to swallow their pain to try and help out other people. So you finally get to a point where you just break. There are certain situations that I would absolutely choose to check out early. For instance, my mother died of Alzheimer's disease. I do not want to go through that. If I start to get to that point, I want the option of no longer dealing with that. And there may be some people that just want to hang on to the bitter end. And congratulations if that's what you feel like you want to do. It's just not personally for me. But if somebody had something debilitating like ALS or late stage Parkinson's and they decided to opt out, I would not judge them for that. What Michael J. Fox is going through right now looks like hell, but at least he can afford to have top-notch care so that he can get through it the best that he can. Not everybody's going to have that type of support system. Also, I would not want to be a financial burden on my family that they had to quit their jobs or spend every last cent just to keep me alive as long as they possibly could. And the sad thing is, this is the richest country on the planet. We should absolutely have a healthcare system that takes care of us in these type of situations, but we absolutely do not. And again, I am not saying in any way that this is a perfect solution. I'm just saying I'm not judging people who choose that option. If you've never been faced with having to die slowly in agony or to possibly bankrupt everybody that you love around you, then I don't feel like that you're qualified to judge people who decide to make that choice. Now, if you're somebody who just has depression or something like that, or you just had a bad breakup, you should talk to somebody. You should work through those problems if you can. A lot of us have been there, and that's one of those times that it is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. But you can't say that about every situation. There are people who think they want to check out, then they put themselves in the situation and decide at the last minute, no, I would rather live. And that's great. There are people who think that they want to take themselves out, and then they have a conversation with a therapist or a friend or a family member that talk them out of it. And that's great. But because they got to that point where they felt like that was their only way to deal with the problem, that's still not weakness. Those situations could just be the final straw of years of untreated emotional pain. But when somebody says that suicide is weakness, all they're really saying is, I don't understand your pain. People in this situation don't need judgment. They need support. They need patience. They need time. Calling somebody weak has never saved a life, but listening sometimes does.